Hello friends, welcome to the Bibbity Bobbity blog, vlog, finding real magic in daily life. Today is Friday, April 20th, 2018, 102 days or less until my move to California. Yeah! So today, we have a very special guest, my friend and astrologer, James Moran, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But first, since we have a special guest today, we're going to do our Disney trivia. So if you didn't watch day 9 of the Bibbity Bobbity blog, vlog, go ahead and watch day 9 so you can get the Disney trivia. Okay, I'm waiting. Go ahead, go watch the other video. Okay. So if you did watch day 9, the answer to the Disney trivia for day 9 is, drumroll please, Disney's Mulan. For today's Disney trivia, the line is, fish are friends, not food. If you know the answer to today's Disney trivia, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. So my friend James is going to be on in just a minute, and I had a wonderful astrology reading with James just the other day. It was absolutely phenomenal. It told me a lot of things about my life and my life path, and especially a lot of things that I wasn't super aware of. And it was really helpful for me because I had a great awakening, and I'm really excited to learn even more about astrology. And if you stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. I'm here with my friend James Moran, and he is an astrologer giving fantastic readings. And welcome, James, to the Bibbity Bobbity blog. Vlog.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, when we think about astrology, I'm reminded in part by the newspapers when I was growing up, and especially the comic section, when you go to the funny papers, that's what I used to call them, the funny papers. You go to the funny papers in the newspaper, and at the bottom of the comic strips on the Sunday paper, there was always the astrology readings. And I remember as kids, I don't know, did you do this as a kid? Yeah, as a kid we used to read the comic strips and then we'd go to the bottom and read the astrology readings. But in those days, it just seems like everyone just kind of did it for fun. Nobody really believed in astrology, right?
That's true. I didn't either.
Yeah. And what I found out through James is that astrology is actually much deeper than that, isn't it?
Very deep. About as deep as you can get.
So what is it? So astrology, some people just think oh, it's just something foo-foo, just something very superficial. And it's a science, right?
Yeah, science and an art, for sure.
Yeah, and so in astrology, how long does astrology actually go back in recorded history?
Recorded history about, 2000-ish BC, so that's about 4,000 years in recorded history, probably longer in unrecorded history.
Yeah, that's totally amazing. So one of the things that fascinated me about what James does with astrology is you do an aspect of astrology that's called archetypal astrology, or your focus, right?
Indeed.
Because all astrologers can have different focuses.
Indeed.
Okay, yeah. So I was really fascinated with what is an archetype, because I'm not really sure what an archetype is. I think I know, but I'm not really sure.
Okay, so an archetype is an umbrella of symbolism. And that means it's an umbrella under which is included basically infinite examples that stay true to the basic category of symbolism of that umbrella. And that can be an archetype there's actually many uses of the word archetype in different traditions. In astrology, the archetypes generally refer to the symbolism of the planets.
Right, so we have our planets in our solar system, I take it, right? So the planets in our solar system. And actually, one thing I didn't know until I started reading up on astrology was the moon is also considered a planet in astrology, is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so could you give us an example of an archetype in a planet in astrology that we could learn about?
Sure, I'll pick the archetype of Venus. Venus is one of the planets, obviously, and the archetype of Venus is the umbrella of symbolism within which anything that has to do with beauty, love, harmony and pleasure. Anything that falls within that umbrella of symbolism would be associated with the archetype of Venus.
Okay, so if I'm thinking about Venus and I'm thinking about beauty, I'm reminded of like the Greek goddess, like Aphrodite, right? Isn't that the goddess of beauty?
That is, in fact, that's Venus.
That is Venus. Oh, okay.
Aphrodite and Venus are the same goddess, with the differences the Greek and the
Roman, right?
Language, yeah.
Okay, so if we were to say, let's say movie stars, everyone's into the movie stars, right? If we were to look at the movie stars and like even sing, models or popular rock stars, who would you say would embody the qualities of Venus?
The male version, maybe David Beckham. Female version, Angelina Jolie. In the sense that they both symbolize the breadth of Venus as an archetype. That's why I use those two examples, because when you have the umbrella of symbolism of an archetype, you have that archetype showing up in different ways under that umbrella. So with David Beckham, it would be, he's become like a male model, a kind of like an icon of male, of handsomeness.
Yeah, he's a beautiful man, right? Yeah.
But he's also known for his marriage to Victoria Beckham of the Spice Girls. So he's kind of famous for his love relationship as well, which is also Venus. Venus is associated with love and beauty. So that's David Beckham. With Angelina Jolie, she's obviously an icon of beauty, of physical beauty, that which is obviously associated with Venus, as we said. Also associated with Venus is harmony. That includes friendships and allies. And Angelina Jolie has spent some time working with the United Nations, which is basically a group of allies working for harmony or world peace, harmony. So that's also the way that Venus shows up in multiple ways in those two particular celebrities.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that about Angelina Jolie working with the UN. That's super interesting. But yeah, that does show another aspect of that. So in our vlog here, we talk a lot about Disney. I'm a big Disney fan. I'm a big Disney geek, as most of you know who watch this vlog and my other videos. Total Disney geek. If we were to take the archetype of the planet Venus and we were to pick a Disney character, let's do that. Let's go ahead and pick a Disney character from a Disney animated feature film.
Let's do it. I would say, I'm just going to begin this with the caveat that it's pretty easy, because Disney animation is an art form, and art is associated with Venus. So there's already a lot of Venus there. And within that, you can take, for instance, Belle of Beauty and the Beast. And
her name means beautiful, right?
Exactly. I mean, the title of the movie, Beauty and the Beast, and then her name means beauty. That's Venus. In the movie, she's associated with the friendships around her. She's associated with this gentleman, that she is creating a harmonious relationship with. And also, the way we talked about Venus in terms of, and all the archetypes, as showing up in different ways, that they can show up in different ways even simultaneously, we can see in the larger umbrella of the movie of Beauty and the Beast, we can see Venus showing up in Belle, in her behavior. But we can also see Venus showing up in the character of the Beast, because Venus is associated, all archetypes, at least all astrological archetypes, have a full spectrum from their kind of problematic side to their very productive and rewarding side. So the problematic side of Venus would be things like vanity and superficiality. And then on the rewarding side are things like friendships, harmony, love. So obviously the movie's about friendships, harmony, and love. The Beast, the gentleman who's the Beast, becomes the Beast because he gets a curse because he's been vain and superficial. And that's why he gets the curse. Then Beauty comes along and relieves him of the curse.
And draws out his beauty, right? His inner beauty, which is totally cool.
See the thread of the archetype woven in various different ways in that story. that example.
Yeah, that's a beautiful example of the archetype of Venus. I love that because it's so much deeper than even I thought. I just thought like, oh, you know, she's beautiful and he falls in love with her because she's beautiful, but that's not the real story. The real story is about the personal transformation, right, in that story of Venus. So, James, just can you tell me, like, why is it really important when I'm learning about my chart, my astrological chart, and my journey, which you've referred to as the hero's journey, right? The hero's journey is my journey in my astrological chart throughout this lifetime. Why is it important that I learn about the archetypal energies in astrology? Why is that important?
When we talk about, like for instance, we're talking about here the archetype of Venus, we talked about some icons and some characters that are very archetypically associated with Venus. You, the viewer, maybe you don't think that Angelina Jolie is the totally beautiful archetype of Venus, or David Beckham. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's because your chart, your birth chart, that's your astrological portrait of your life, is going to have Venus in its own position, in its own sign, its own relationship to the other planets. And that tells the story of Venus in your life. And how, what beauty, what art, what harmony, friendship, pleasure means to you, how it plays out in your life. So that's why different people perceive different things as beautiful. And so it's important to get to know that side of ourselves. You know, there's Venus and there's all the other archetypes. And when we get to learn about all the different archetypes in our own chart, we get to understand the story of our life at a deeper level, and we get to understand basically parts of ourselves. And, you know, those parts of ourselves that are the archetypes can become like friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, and you know, and James taught me that too, is that even when we have an archetype that's a little bit, we're living in a little bit more challenging aspect of an archetype, right?
Yeah.
That we can become friends with that challenging part of ourselves to like have it come with us along our journey in a more positive way.
Totally. That's a lot of the process of when I work with people in astrological consultation. Much of the process is the process of becoming aware of the story of their life as the archetypal characters and their own particular roles are played out. So that through that understanding, it's that through that understanding that we can allow those energies to show up in a way that's actually productive. It's almost like if you had a class of students and one was misbehaving and you don't know why, but when you actually get some understanding on what does this child need, what's the particulars of their situation, with that understanding, doors open up, a whole lot of opportunities open up. So it's the same thing in getting an astrological reading. We're able to actually see, feel, understand, know these sides of ourselves and see the treasures that they unfold.
Yeah, it's totally amazing. I was blown away because I even didn't realize like how much of an impact learning my archetypes, learning this story, reading into my birth chart could have on my life and my trajectory forward in life. So thank you so much, James, for joining me. And you can reach James on Twitter and Instagram at AstrologyJames. He does readings, amazing readings. And what is your website, James?
James at jamesmoran.org.
James at jamesmoran.org. That's going to be below in the comment section. It's going to be here on the screen. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Bibbity Bobbity blog. I mean, vlog, and go out there and find your real magic in your day. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please share this video with your friends, and don't forget to pledge your support on Patreon. I couldn't do this without your pledge and support. www.patreon.com/MichelleFondin, and I will see you in the next video.